Hi everyone, Joellen here, and welcome to Washed in Watercolor. There are so many things I love about today's photo reference. I love painting figurative works, and here we have a woman focused on her task. There's smoke billowing out of a shiny metal pot and a bunch of twigs in the foreground. There's a beautiful upside down V composition going on. All of that makes this a wonderful subject to paint, so let's give it a try. Here is a list of the materials I'll be using for today's demonstration. I'll begin with a quick sketch. If you are painting along, I suggest you take your time with your drawing. I'll start off by drawing some basic shapes, and I'll work all over the place because I want to make sure that the relationships of these objects to each other is correct. I'll add more detail to my drawing. I'll then paint on my PBO masking fluid with my script brush. Remember to treat your brush with a soapy water solution ahead of time, since you don't want to ruin your brush. I have paint left over from last week's demonstration, so I'll quickly spray my palette and then I'll wipe off the blue paint because I won't be using that today. Picking up some Windsor orange and a fair amount of water, I'll start by making a wash at the top of my painting. I'll use horizontal brush strokes. Continuing to paint down, I'll pick up a little bit of sap green and add it to some umber. I want the value of this area to be a little bit darker. I'm okay with some little bits of white showing through. I kind of like that look. Next, I'll add some Aurelian yellow and then some lemon yellow. I'm working with my paper flat for this demonstration, but I suggest you put your paper at a little bit of a tilt so the colors will run down and into each other. The masking fluid will provide some protection, but I still need to be careful as I paint around the figure. Still working wet into wet paint, and you can see the value gets a little bit darker as I come down into the foreground. Combination of burnt sienna with sap green is just perfect for this area. raw umber with less water, I'll paint underneath the firewood and sticks. I want this area to be fairly dark. After thoroughly drying my painting, I'll add a glaze of quinacridone gold to brighten up the foreground. Once finished and dried, I'll use a glue eraser to pick up any masking. Using a very light tint, I'll put in the hair and skin tones. Next, I'll pick up some Windsor Red for the sari. I'll continue by using a combination of yellow, reds, and browns. Then I'll go back through and darken the skin tones. I'll use similar colors for the pail, the metal pot, and the firewood. Even though this is not a portrait, I find myself still picking out the features. just add a little more color to her garment and skin. Now that I have my figure mostly complete, I'm going to create the smoke. I'll be using my white gouache along with a little bit of phthalo blue. And mixed with some water, white gouache is semi-opaque and it will work really well over the figure. Finally, I'll just add a few details. I hope you had fun watching this demonstration and you give it a try. See you next time.